Welcome to our channel. We are still continuing with power of the mind. Power of the mind. Power of the mind. Today, I'll be talking about power of condolences and aftermath. Power of condolences and aftermath. Power of condolences and aftermath. A loved one is the most important asset we have in life. It's a more valuable asset than a house, than a car, than a vehicle, than any other asset. A loved one is made of blood, and once somehow you lose that person, you find you have lost a major asset in your life. It is very important to talk about this issue at this stage, having lost a loved one in our recent times. Amen and amen again. The first part starts with the news of losing a loved one. Mostly we are not aware we're going to lose that person until it so happens. When it so happens, there's a stage of receiving the news. The receiving the news can be very shocking, it can be very saddening. It can be very shocking and very saddening. That's why some people can break down what the news is spread. But now it's a such moment when you need strength. Sometimes when someone has been sick in the hospital, you are actually waiting, you might be waiting for the particular thing or death to happen. Some other times it might be an accident, so there was no prior anticipation. But when you had a prior anticipation, it can be less shocking because you already had a knowledge that person will pass on at a particular time, sooner or later, but the news are broken to you. Amen and amen. The news have reached you that so and so is dead, that your loved one is no longer with you. That's when you realize that person you no longer be able to meet again and share the good things you used to share together. Now, that news, it is news and it is sad news. That sad news, you must pass it over to your friends and relatives. Now, how you pass it over to them and how they receive it is another area of shocking. Like when I lost a loved one, I told my friends. And then I went and told one of my brothers. One of my brothers told me I would suffer. So I could not question him how I shall suffer. So I just kept cool and I said, let me give him his time. Out of his age, he doesn't know what he's saying. If he's telling you you're going to suffer, then how are you going to suffer? Amen and amen again. Now, having informed your friends, having informed your relatives, having informed everybody who cares to listen about your sad news, comes another very hard aspect. The raising of the finances for a good send-off of that person. Because that person, sooner or later, must be sent off. He must be buried. And to bury that person, it must be done in a respectable manner. It takes time to raise funds to be able to bury a loved one. Should be noted here and then that when you are still living, you should join a group or a community group whereby in case of death, instead of such calamities, it can be able to help you. If you're not in such a group, if you're not in such an organization or such a community self-help group, you will suffer because the money must come from your own pocket. And raising the money today, it may not be very easy. Raising the money from your employer may not be very easy. Raising the money from your own pocket, from your own bank, may not be very easy. So, at this level, I would advise all my brothers, all my sisters, all my cousins, everybody who is living to join a group or to join a community self-help group whereby in case of such calamity, he can get help from elsewhere. Amen. Amen.